Right now on CBS 21 News at 5, lawmakers are defending their actions in collecting thousands of phone records.
Also ahead.
A rash of drug overdoses leaves one person dead, and now police say a powerful and illegal synthetic drug is to blame. I'm Kyle Rogers in Lebanon County. A live report coming up.
Live from central Pennsylvania, this is CBS 21 News at 5.
We're glad to see you tonight at 5. I'm Tanya Foster.
And I'm Rob Hanrahan. As you just saw, we've got rain moving into the area. Let's get right to our chief meteorologist, Tom Russell, in the First Warning Weather Center. How you doing, Tom?
Yeah, we're doing great, guys. We had a couple of beautiful days. We got spoiled, but now the rain comes in. But the good news is we need the rain, and we're getting that light, steady rain all throughout the afternoon. So let's go ahead and show you what we pick up here on First Warning Live Doppler HD. Basically from anywhere from over towards Altoona over to Allentown, we've got the rain, and this will continue. So it's real light to maybe moderate rain depending on where you are, but this will continue through the evening hours. Temperature-wise, we're stuck in the low and mid-60s, haven't reached much higher than that today, and that's about where we'll stay as we dip through the evening hours. Now, of course, we're keeping all eyes on Tropical Storm Andrea, making landfall right now as we speak, right about there in northwest Florida. So what we're going to see is it work its way up the coast, and not so much the track, the center of the storm important to us, but all the tropical moisture that it will continue to bring in tomorrow. So still that possibility of 1 to 2 inches of rainfall as we push through the day and into the early part of the weekend. So here's your evening, 7 o'clock, some showers and 66 by 9 o'clock, still stuck in the mid-60s and some more rain even late tonight and 64. I think the heaviest rain still to come tomorrow. I'll have details on that coming up in just minutes. Rob, Tanya, back over to you.
All right, Tom, thank you. Well, in just 2 weeks, there have been 7 drug overdoses, one of them deadly. Lebanon County officials are calling the drug a new epidemic.
The district attorney says the county is investigating after those people used a synthetic drug called fentanyl, thinking it was heroin, and now police are looking for whoever is making this fake drug.
CBS 21's Kyle Rogers is live in Lebanon County tonight with more. Kyle.
Well, Rob and Tanya, fentanyl in its prescribed sense helps fight chronic pain, but police say those 6 people had to visit emergency rooms, all in their 20s, after injecting that substance into their system.
Never have I seen 4 overdoses in one shift.
That's the concern bringing Lebanon County officials together this afternoon.
What we found is that somebody is creating their own synthetic fentanyl, manufacturing this product illegally.
And whoever that person is, police say is selling it on the streets to those thinking they're buying heroin.
They're dealing with synthetic opiate, which is a lot more powerful and devastating if taken in the wrong quantity.
It was devastating enough to send 6 people to area emergency rooms for overdosing. 1 person died. Officials say they show up to the ER not being able to breathe.
We will get to the bottom of what exactly is happening here with regard to this.
It's surprising for Lebanon, to me. I'm surprised that they're not experiencing this anywhere else across Pennsylvania that we know of. Hello, this is
Carol Davies with the Lebanon County Commission on Drug and Alcohol Abuse says this new trend is scary and joined forces with the officials to combat this new epidemic.
It's tricky because we can only treat people who are willing and interested in receiving treatment. Until a person is ready to come in for treatment, we can't make them, we can't force them.
And the DA says he's positive these drugs are being sold locally. He also told me that once they find the person or persons involved in selling these synthetic drugs, they do plan to press homicide charges after that 1 person died. We're live tonight in Lebanon County. I'm Kyle Rogers, CBS 21 News.
The Obama administration and key lawmakers are defending a sweeping practice to collect records from one of the nation's largest phone companies. CBS 21's Danielle Nottingham has the latest tonight from the White House.
The chairman of the House Intelligence Committee says the government program to collect phone records prevented a terrorist attack.
It was a significant case that happened within the last few years.
Congressman Rogers says details about the threat are classified. He also repeated a White House official statement that the National Security Agency monitors only phone numbers and other data, not names, and does not listen to conversations. Britain's Guardian newspaper first reported the court order for Verizon to send data on a daily basis. Lawmakers say Congress constantly reviews the program.
Everyone should just calm down and understand this isn't anything that is brand new. It's been going on for some 7 years.
The Obama administration is continuing a practice that was authorized under George W. Bush after 9/11. The court order must be renewed every 90 days. But privacy advocates like former FBI agent Mike German of the ACLU say the practice goes too far.
I never worked a case where gathering information about an innocent person told me something about a guilty person.
Verizon has not commented on the reports, but in an email to employees, a top executive says Verizon continually takes steps to safeguard customer privacy. Danielle Nottingham, CBS 21 News.
Well, there's no word if any other phone companies are involved. And the government collecting phone records is getting a lot of response on our Facebook page. Tina writes in, yes, they have gone too far. Ron says if you don't have anything to hide or you're not doing anything illegal, then there should be no problem. And Diane says nothing to hide, bigger things to worry about. Let us know your thoughts and join the conversation on our CBS 21 News Facebook page.
State Representative Patty Kim is working to help reduce crime at a rally tonight in the city of Harrisburg. CBS 21's Eva Roman joins us live in Harrisburg with more on this story tonight. Eva?
Rob and Tanya, with summer fast approaching, Representative Patty Kim is taking action, being proactive to help reduce crime in the city here this summer. State Representative Patty Kim will join the Dauphin County coroner, officers from Harrisburg Police Department, and other community leaders at 6 tonight for a rally hoping to reach the youth to stay safe this summer. This week alone in the city, there were 2 shootings. One of them happened during an armed robbery out on 15th and State Streets in Harrisburg.
I think it's a good start to the summer rather than doing nothing at all. If they can take something back, and I would love for them to take back whatever you do, think about the consequences.
And the rally starts at 6 tonight here at the Stop the Violence Help Center right off Cameron Street. Live in Harrisburg, Eva Roman, CBS 21 News.
All right, Eva, thanks. In Cumberland County, police say a woman who reported 2 men kidnapped and sexually assaulted her made up the story. Silver Spring Township police say the woman told them that the 2 men had forced her into a van on the Carlisle Pike, drove to a nearby alley, and raped her. Investigating officers determined nothing happened, and they'll likely charge the woman for filing a false report.
A defeat for Governor Corbett. The judge has tossed out a lawsuit that he filed against the NCAA.
Coming up, the reasons why the judge says the lawsuit should not move ahead. Also coming up.
Crews tear down a thrift store caught in a deadly building collapse. I'm Marley Hall in Philadelphia with the latest on the search for victims coming up.
Man, going to be a soggy night as the steady rain continues, but some heavier rain on the way tomorrow. I'll have details in your First Warning forecast. Stay with us.
And a live look outside at the area roadways, slow moving on Interstate 81 and all this rain. A lot of folks have their headlights on. State law, very good. Interstate 83, the South Bridge. We'll be right back.
CBS 21 News at 5.
What are we looking at? This is an emergency broadcast. We have a serious situation. This is not a drill.
I wish I could find a freshly blended milkshake instead of serving this refrozen sludge all day. Where are we going?
The store of convenience.
For real. You're watching CBS 21 News at 5 with Rob Hanrahan, Tanya Foster, and Chief Meteorologist Tom Russell with First Warning Weather.
Crews are still searching for victims at the site of the collapsed building in Philadelphia.
They haven't found anyone since a survivor was pulled out overnight. CBS 21's Marley Hall has the latest from Philadelphia.
Workers used heavy machinery to demolish the front of a Salvation Army thrift store that was buried under a building collapse in the heart of Philadelphia. Crime scene investigators took photos of the wreckage while emergency crews looked for more victims. The family of a woman who was killed put up a makeshift memorial at the scene.
Something obviously went wrong here yesterday and possibly in the days leading up to it. That's what the investigation is for.
A demolition crew was tearing down a vacant 4-story building Wednesday when it came crumbling down on the thrift store. 14 people were found alive in the debris, including a 61-year-old woman who was rescued overnight.
Witnesses say the empty building was an accident waiting to happen. Window washers who were working nearby say a 30-foot wall had not been braced.
If the wall was not braced, and I do not have evidence of that, that would certainly be a strong contributing factor.
A woman who lives in the neighborhood says she saw the workers kicking bricks and debris off the roof.
We thought that wasn't a great way to be taking things down.
The city says no violations have been filed against the demolition company, which had proper working permits. But the owner had legal troubles, including an arrest for dealing drugs and an insurance fraud conviction. The bodies of 6 people were pulled from the rubble. A firefighter paid tribute to them, placing a bouquet of flowers at the scene. Marley Hall, CBS 21 News.
The daughter of the demolition contractor says her father is devastated and is mourning the loss of lives just like everybody else.
A federal judge has thrown out the antitrust lawsuit that Governor Corbett filed against the NCAA. The judge says there's no legal basis for the lawsuit over the sanctions against Penn State related to Jerry Sandusky. Corbett filed it in January, seeking to overturn a $60 million fine, 4-year bowl ban, and other penalties. Former assistant football coach Jerry Sandusky serving a decades-long prison sentence for child molestation. And State Senator Jake Corman, who sponsored a law that required the fine to be spent only in Pennsylvania, is pursuing a lawsuit against the NCAA over the use of the money. And the NCAA challenge of that suit is still pending in federal court. We'll keep you updated. Well, the U.S. Senate has rejected 2 proposals that would have kept interest rates on some student loans from doubling next month. The Senate Democrats' plan would have given lawmakers a 2-year extension of the current rates so they could try to write a comprehensive overhaul. A proposal by the Senate Republicans would have linked student loan interest rates to the financial markets, keeping rates lower in the coming years but allowing them to increase as the economy improves.
Well, the first tropical storm of 2013 Atlantic hurricane season is hitting Florida's west coast as we speak. Andrea caused damage this morning when the outer bands of the storm hit the state earlier today. The storm is packing top winds around 60 miles per hour. Andrea is expected to dump 3 to 6 inches of rain over much of Florida as it moves its way up north into southeastern Georgia.
And from there, Andrea is headed our way.
That's right. Chief Meteorologist Tom Russell tracking the storm for us. He'll have the very latest on what we can expect next in your first warning forecast.
You're watching CBS 21.